So Orbis has sent us on this one final quest, he says, to get magical herbs. And he doesn't know much more about it, so we have to go look it up in the learning tree. So I guess we have a couple more things to check there. Magical herbs. Extremely rare herb with magical properties. It grows in caves situated near a water source, only found deep in the caves of Reefs Island. Dangerous island situated west of Garendall Keep. Surrounded by reefs, the island is almost inaccessible, and only a few experienced captains dare go near it. But for those with the knowledge and gut to approach it, the island reefs will provide the best fishing area people of Garendall have ever known. Magicians of the two orders used to go often in the heart of the mountains situated in the middle of the island. So Reefs Island is where we need to go, and if I check our map here, we indeed see there is an island over here, west of the keep, with a mountain that we're gonna go visit in the caves. Now, I call it Lilith Island because of the monsters that are there. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Only recently was the existence of Liliths confirmed. According to the legends, the first Liliths are the offspring of the goddess Surmath and a human warlord named Margar. Living in a female-only hidden community, they are very reclusive and will go out of their territory only to find a suitable male warrior to mate with. Even though they possess magical skills, Liliths are fierce warriors and prefer relying on force and steel to dispose of their enemies or lovers. We believe that it's to protect the myths surrounding their existence that they attack anyone spotting them. The quality of Lilith's armor is said to be exceptional. So I don't think there's anything else to look up. Let me check one more time for Stone War. I keep wanting to find Stone War in here. I think it must be a mistake that it's not in here. Maybe it's a typo or something. Yeah, I don't know. But I think that's all the information really that is to be had in the learning tree. So we know there's an island that we have to get to, and only certain captains will go. We only know one captain though, and one ship, which is in Berglum. So fortunately he's one of the few captains experienced enough to go, because he's the only one we know. I'm going to stop by Calaxa first and sell some of the extra equipment I have, and probably buy some elixirs of vitality. I've been really happy with the vitality boosts we've been getting. Vitality, you only get the boost when you're getting a level up, so you really want to get that early on so you get the advantage of it level by level. So I was really happy, and then around the time we were in High Garendall, I thought, well, I could buy a ring or something, and maybe then I would have a better vitality boost. But I only got 1 or 2 levels up there, and I didn't even equip a ring. I ended up using the Divine Lamp the whole time, because there's so many undead. So I looked at it and thought, well, a ring really wouldn't be that beneficial to me if I ever take it off for undead. So I've now decided I'm going to do elixirs. And since I still have, 2 to 3 levels ahead of me before the end of the game, at least a couple, I'd say, it's a good time to maybe buy some elixirs of vitality, and then I can focus on dexterity and strength. Because you always get the bonus for dexterity and strength. Those are independent of level. Couple daggers. I'll keep the bow for the moment. Minotaur scythes, they drop these a lot. They're pretty useless. Let's see, I have 2 of these rings, so I'll sell 1. I must currently have the Divine Lamp on. And I should have a necklace of stone. Let's see what my inventory looks like. Yeah, so I'm going to take the Divine Lamp off and put on the ring. And I'm going to take off the Elven Full Plate or take off the Holy Cloak. That's pretty good. Okay, let me sell that other stuff that's left. Oh no, I'll keep all that actually. Yeah. Maybe I'll keep the mushrooms for the novelty. So yeah, anyways, I was initially looking at these Ring of Titan, but you have to be wearing it, and yeah, it has to be done early enough that you're getting the benefits. And last session was the only time I was even tempted. So I've settled on the idea of vitality elixirs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I still have a couple levels, and that way I will get big benefits from these vitality boosts. Now there we go. Vitality is 28 now. Okay. Might get a couple more potions. Yeah, that's pretty fair. And after that, this will just give me a little bit more life when I level up next time or two, and then I will focus solely on elixirs of dexterity and strength, because that's how you build up your character enough to fight the other monsters, is through strength and dexterity. But it's always good to have life. Okay. Let me heal up. Let us go see the captain in Berglund. You notice we look a lot more armored now that we have a knight title. I would like to go to Reefs Island. Reefs Island? It's really difficult and dangerous to go there. Anyway, we were robbed a couple nights ago. They took our statue of Carlith, the goddess of the oceans. My crew will never agree to take to the sea without that artifact on board. Find it and we'll talk. I'll scribble that down in case we happen to come by and look up that term again. I think it's just a goddess of sea or something. Okay, so we have a quest now. In addition to the herbs, we have to find this statue. So let's talk to people and see if anybody knows anything about it. My father knows where the thieves of Juliar's statue are. Go see him. He is cleaning the fountain near the city entrance. Seems the kids are the ones who know what's going on in these places. Not that fountain, but the other one. I figured this guy was just standing by the fountain. Oh, he's cleaning it. I have seen the thieves of Juliar's statue. They are gathered just south of Berglund, but I would not bother them if I were you. They are powerful magic users and will kill you in no time. As it happens, magic users are not that strong. I find undead to be much more damaging because they do special damage. I suspect there is an error in the way the magic user's missile damage works. I think I've mentioned that before, because they're mixed in with really tough characters, and they just don't do that much damage, really. So we explored this before. We found that fire pit with no one around it then, but sure enough, there's a whole bunch of people there now. And if we go, it should have mages. It'll be the toughest form of mages, which still really aren't that tough. And for the experience that you get from killing them, they really should be tough. You found a strange-looking statue near the body of your opponent. Take the statue. I guess I almost need an elixir of dexterity, because my guy's having a hard time hitting them, that's for sure. Should have the statue now. Yeah. Wooden statue of the goddess Carlith. We will take that over to the captain and see if he will sail with us. Wonderful, you found the statue. Thank you very much. I have a debt towards you. We'll sail to Reefs Island as soon as you need. I would like to go. Should we set sail to Reefs Island? Yes, I have things to do there. Now, I can't remember if I decided to put the boat animation in at the start of the screen or not, but I will play it here anyways, because it really does fit right here, so I'll add it in. Okay, not yet. So now we are on the island that I showed you earlier on the kingdom map, down here. That's all wooded, so there's really just 4 screens. We're gonna go around these 4 screens. There's a kind of a wall or a canyon here, so we're gonna have to take the long way around the island. And I looked up earlier Lilith, because I know that they're the main being on this island. Let me use a fusion, because they're pretty tough. They also, as the learning tree said, they have excellent armor. I am still using my standard dwarven shield. And Liliths usually have, you have a pretty good chance of getting a drop of a Lilith shield, which is the best shield in the game. You can actually buy one from Calaxia for 4,000 or 5,000. But I have not spent the money on it because I'm sure I'll get one dropped. So I'm just gonna keep fighting. Worms are here too. I don't know how worms got here because we were told they can't fly. And somehow they ended up here. I use the shield method with the Liliths because they are pretty tough. They do quite a bit of damage. And when I have a Lilith shield, it will be even better. And it'll save me some money while I gain some experience. Yeah, see, even with my armor so high, it still do a lot of damage. Unless you have used that shield technique of holding down Z and then pressing X to attack in between their attacks. Which is the best strategy for big monsters. But I almost wonder if the type of damage they do is different. Just like mind creatures do mind damage, and undead creatures do undead damage. Because they still do a lot, even just with high armor. You see all the rocks and things forming a barrier around this island. That's close. I think I'll use, I'm going to use a filter. They give 1,000 points of experience each. I think the Dark Spirits are about the best source of experience, really. At that 1,500. And if you have your Divine Lamp and the Holy Cloak, you reduce their damage by 70%, so you're typically fine. But yeah, getting Lilith damage down has been a challenge. I'll just explore this briefly, but I don't think I'll clear this whole screen. Well, maybe I have the screen mostly cleared. Alright, you see the ravine or whatever along the bottom there, so let's just go east. attacks I really want to block are the Lilith attacks, because they do a lot of damage. The worm attacks, they don't seem to do much past my armor right now. Aha! Finally, a Lilith shield. As I said, you can buy them from Calaxa. They're the best shields. This is the best shield one can afford. It is not only effective, but very beautiful. And I will put that on in place of my Dwarven one. Quite a difference. I don't know exactly what their chance to drop is, but coming here you kill enough Liliths that you just have a really good chance of getting it. So I wouldn't be surprised if I get multiple ones. They sell for a decent amount. Since they you buy them for maybe 4,000, they're usually half price when you trade them back, so it's probably a couple thousand at least. Which is more than you get for an Ogre Axe or a Minotaur Scythe, which are the other very specific drops. Okay, they're trying to route around behind me. I can certainly outrun worms, but hard to catch them without going off screen, which is what worries me. Because I don't want to lose all the progress clearing the screen that I've made. See if that's cleared now. Good. Okay, no way on but south. another secret area. Ah. I can't really see what's going on down there. Let me use a few of these other healing things. This is a very long secret passage here. A lot of Liliths around still. They're definitely pretty tough. Let's see, I'm just going to go south here. Part of the interesting thing about these Liliths is not only do I think their damage is different than standard damage, but I also think their AI is different. Because you probably have noticed, they don't just come head on. They are very smart, and they kind of come at you from all sides. Well, except that one over there. Maybe she's the class dunce. But, they kind of find ways to rout your defenses. Which makes them quite formidable. And it's hard to take on a lot of them. Here's a secret area. I'm going to try to stay a little better healed this time. Only one in here. Last time there were 4 in here. Probably means there's a lot of them elsewhere on the map. But you can see why I've been saving every screen, because I know they're a pretty damaging group. Because of their experience and the fact they spawn so heavily in certain places, I think a lot of people do come to this island to level. I've never actually been a fan of that. I don't particularly like the Liliths. I think it's because I do find them to be ineffective at being able to block that damage. So this is not a leveling spot for me. Let that happen again. Oh, let's use a filter. Close to a level up, which will help a lot. There we go. Must be a lot more of them still around the middle. So there's this big rock formation in the middle. And that is actually the Lilith Shrine. And when you go inside of it, it will suddenly spawn 6 of them who will appear around you. I will do it, because I should have enough potions for that. But that's what I mean about this being a nice leveling spot. Some people like the fact that you can come near here and get pretty good drops, pretty good leveling. And just every time you go in that shrine, it will respawn them. Alright, let's save now that the screen is clear this time. A Lilith observer saw you. They are coming from everywhere to get you. I'm just gonna stay standing right here, probably. That's 1. There's gonna be 5 others out there somewhere. Yeah, there they all are around the corner. But yeah, it's an interesting structure, another unique graphic element that they use here. Oh, okay, I don't want that. Those seem like weaker than typical Liliths because, I mean, you still get the same experience, but they weren't doing the same damage. Maybe I got a big bonus for dexterity for leveling, I'm not sure. Anyways, that's the Lilith Shrine. Thought I would show you that. But that is this part of the screen. The only thing left is the last screen to the west of here, which will also take us down into the caves. I don't think I'll bother to clear this one. I'll just explore it for a moment. They definitely are screamy. Okay, so there's a cave. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this place. No more secrets or anything else like that here. Yeah. Alright, let's go into the cave. Since there's nothing else really left on the surface except fighting them. Seem to have lost the cave. There it is. More of these Medusa creatures. These are the ones we fought. This is the type of creature we fought to get the Divine Lamp. I think they are undead, but I will keep my ring. What I am going to do is put on my Helden hat, because as I recall, there are mind-attacking creatures here. There's a screen to the east. Some money. I think that's all this screen has. There we go, here's some mine hunters. Potion of luck, I'll drink that right away, because it could improve my drops. Okay, so there's a way straight on ahead. There's another way there. Well, a lot more healing stuff. That's not too bad. Okay, so there's a way down. That will connect back to the lower part of the first screen. And it looks like there's a screen to the right. So I'm going to head right and clear that screen before heading down. Guess there's the middle connector still. Should be everybody. Let's go back along the bottom and go into the lower caves now. Since there's no path on over here. Oh, there it is. travel down. These are pretty deep caves. As they said, we're going into the very heart of the mountain. Alright, another path down. Okay, here we are within the mountain. There's this lake here in the middle. It's actually pretty spacious down here. And then here's the magical herbs. So let's pick those. Yep, nothing down there. Kind of a neat place. Okay, let's run back to the ship. We won't bother fighting anybody. And we will sail back to the mainland. Any portion we should see on the way out? I guess I'll just explore the southern edge. It's just barriers around the island. And then really not anything else. Okay, and this one I'll just go up around the corner. Here, I think I can just cut across the base. I'll leave those apples. They're just not worth it to me anymore. Okay, and the ship is up there. And I can't talk until I deal with her. Yes, let's go back. I'm surprised I didn't get more than one Lilith shield, but one is enough, because I can equip it. Now, anytime you talk to him, you can go back and forth. So as I said, some people like to level over there, and you can go back and forth. But I don't think I'll be going back. But that's the island over there, and we explored all the sides and went down in and got the magical herbs. So let's go back to the Plains of Endless Wind. Now that we have those. There they are, they radiate with power. Now we need to take them to Orbis, but before we do that, there is one thing we should do. Remember the story that he told us about the Earth Spirit? I could never get Stonewall to look up. The spirit of nature went to sleep. Yes. Magical herbs would wake the spirit, but we never knew where it was. Well, remember we found that smiling rock formation, and I said we would be using the herbs later to awaken it. This is the time you have to do that. This guy's probably back to saying his usual, yeah, he'd like to visit another learning tree. So yeah, when you have the magical herbs in your possession is when you have to go wake the spirit of nature. And if you don't do that, you won't be able to finish that quest line. I guess I should save here. So I believe it's one screen west of here, but we'll find out. It's going to be on this screen. Apparently I can't walk past those rocks. Okay. Oh, but I can't connect from this side. I have to go over. So this is something that was hinted at. You were told about it by the guy at the learning tree, and then Siegel the storyteller, or Sigil. And once you find this, and have the magical herbs, you get a stamina bonus. You hear a voice emanate from the rock formation. Welcome, friend. I am the spirit of nature. I have been put to sleep here a long time ago. The magical herb you carry with you woke me up. Thank you so much. I shall reward you for that. What would please you the most? Strength, dexterity, or stamina? Oh, I'd forgotten. You get a choice. I'm going to choose stamina, and the reason is because if you do strength and dexterity, you can make money and buy those from Calaxa and get the immediate bonus. Stamina you cannot get unless you level up while you have up vitality, and once you get to a certain number of experience points, leveling is so hard. More stamina. You suddenly feel a lot better. Once again, a voice emanates from the rock formation. I hope my gift will help you as much as you helped me. As you take your place inside the rock formation, it starts to talk. Thank you for waking me up. And that's all it says from here. Thank you for waking me up. So notice we got another bonus of 10 stamina. Okay, I'd like to leave this. Maybe. So you have to just walk by there with the herbs and make sure you do that. The strength and dexterity bonuses are also good. I don't worry about it because you can easily buy a few elixirs and offset that. But the 10 stamina points are kind of hard to come by. Let's see. Oh, I am on the wrong screen. Okay, now I'm trying to get over to Orbis so we can give him the herbs. I guess it's across that bridge and then down. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact strength bonus. I think it's 10 stamina, so it's probably like 5 strength, something like that, or 5 dexterity. A few elixirs. And it probably says something like you feel stronger, or you feel more dexterous. But I really haven't bothered to experiment with that. Okay, there's Orbis. Let's go talk to him. That's the rock pile here. Smiling the way you thought was impossible for him. I will never be able to thank you enough if it works. Here is the last tooth. Reaching into the fold of his robe, he hands you the third and final dragon tooth. I kept it for such a long time, that tooth reminded me each day of the sacrifice we made so long ago. Keep it away from me. I don't want to see it again. Now, let us finish with this. In order to be able to reverse the ritual, you'll need a complete replica of the shield. Few blacksmiths have the knowledge and tools to complete such a task, but there is one that I think will be able to do the job, if he is still alive, of course. Look for him in the woods south of Garendall Keep. Once you have the shield, you'll travel to the cave that was formed by the destruction of High Garendall. It is situated at the foot of Mount Condor, west of the road that goes up to High Garendall. That's the cave that was surrounded by the dark spirits. There are strong creatures there, but they will be the least of your worries, because if you reach the bottom of the cave, you'll have to defeat the Guardian. The Guardian? After the ritual of sacrifice was done, the elders of High Garendall asked the mages to design an additional safety feature, in the case that the shield and teeth would fall into the wrong hands. Even though our power was depleted, we nonetheless agreed and were able to combine our remaining strength to create 4 guardians. Their task was to test, with as little violence as possible, the purity of the heart and soul of those who would come to them, thus preventing anyone evil from reversing the ritual. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. For unknown reasons, the 4th guardian went mad and killed the other 3. Before leaving the land, the 2 orders of magicians trapped him in his cave. A huge magical gate was built to prevent the escape of the Guardian. Only the bearer of the Order of Seasons crest will be able to open the gate. Orbis gives you the crest. You take it. It feels cold and heavy, but also charged with great power. When you have defeated the Guardian, you will be shown the way to the cave of Brutus. Foot. Once in the cave, find the foot and place the shield in the appropriate place on his toenail. At this moment, you'll get out of the cave, because when the giants wake up, you'll be happy to be as far away as possible. Walking away, he says, I will try to be with you when you meet the giants. If I'm not, and they do not agree to your asking, just tell them about the destruction of High Garendall. Tell them that their child did it. They will probably want to be free of debt with us. Do not be afraid, tell them, but respectfully. At the end, if they still do not accept, tell them that you know where their child is. He's not on the Twin Sister Island anymore. I presume he is on an island isolated from the ocean, far to the east. They need and enjoy loneliness, and there's no humans there. We saw him leaving that way. Now go and finish what you started. Farewell, my friend. Okay, it's all the same stuff we saw before. The magical herbs should be gone, and we should have the Order of the Seasons crest. Yeah, the Order crest, which is what we need to get into the final area. So a lot there. Basically, he tells us that they made these guardian things that were supposed to stop anyone from waking up the giants, which I don't know why that was necessary, because I don't know who would be trying to wake them, especially since they need so many tools to do it. But, yeah, we have to get the shield reforged before we can do that, so we're going to have to find the best blacksmith to get the shield reforged, to go use the crest to fight the Guardian, and then use the shield. But that's basically going to be the end of the game, and that will be the defeat of the invaders. I don't know if that counts as a spoiler or not, since we're so close to the end. But I will go ahead and stop here. I'm going to save this as A, and the reason is because if I ever want to go back, I might put a screenshot or two up that just shows the bonus that you get for doing something different with the spirit if you do strength or dexterity. So I'm leaving that saved there as an option. But yeah, after this, it's time to start exploring south. We have done the island now, and we did all of this, and High Garendall and everything, and the Northlands. It's just the southern part, which we will have to carefully explore because there are sea giants in part of it. But I will stop there.